Good evening, everyone, to Limitless DxT coverage for Super Sunday Racing here at the streets of Baku for round 4, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Got 16 drivers here with us tonight, and Justin with me in the commentary box. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, mate. Just watched the Italian Grand Prix in real life. It was very good outcome, but I'm really excited for Baku here today with you, Joe.
Yeah, so am I, and we're here for the sprint format. Like you said, just had this weekend Italy. We won't talk about the race just in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. I'm going to catch up with some highlights, so we'll leave that for now. But yeah, with the sprint qualifying format, so we've got, it's just slightly different here in LFR with our traditional 18-minute qualifying session with 16 minutes and 20 on the clock to go, with a 5-lap sprint race to set the grid for the 50% Grand Prix distance. So, and that will be the I think it's 26 laps, I think, here at Baku. I'm pretty sure, but we'll have to wait.
I think it's around there, yeah. I think it's around the 26 lap mark.
So, but, go on, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say, talking about Baku, this track is going to be very wary when it comes to the tire wear. So, like, especially with this track being around 6.003 kilometers long with 20 turns, 12 lefts and 8 right-hand turns with 2 DRS zones, one straight out of the exit of turn 2 and one straight out of the exit of turn 20. But the key turns that I gotta say that we gotta look through here is turns 5 and 6, because that's right before you actually hit into the castle section, turns 8 and 12, to see if anyone pulls a Charles Leclerc "I am stupid" moment here. But and then after that, it will be the four lefts and rights onto the final straight. And then when it comes to the real life one, we actually saw drivers like Max Verstappen and Lance Stroll actually struggle there. Well, Max Verstappen because of a puncture. But I'd say with Baku, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the drivers develop to this track, because it is very, very difficult, at least for me.
Yeah, it is quite a struggle. It's just Monaco with a bit more of a wider road than Monaco. Apart from this bit here, you see when Mr. Basil through the castle section, not looking too confident in that Alfa Romeo there around the castle section, and now around the swooping double left here into the really tight braking zone at the end of the second sector, with that Ferrari right on his gearbox there. I'm not sure if he's also on the lap. I think he is, and that's Freedom back with us once again. And he's round actually in the wall and hit the back of that Alfa Romeo, who was on a lap, I think. I'm pretty sure Mr. Basil was on the lap, so it was well within his rights to stick on his lap.
Freedom should have given him more space there.
Yeah, but Freedom was obviously going that much faster, but just overcooked it into the final corner. He probably could have overtaken him down to turn 1 at the start finish. You see him dive into the pit lane. Got some drivers who have started doing their lap times, and just go to the fastest lap counter. That's about it. We've got 1:37.561 there for Vedran in the Alpine. So very quick time there from the Alpine driver already. Sad Pancake is in second. Mr. Basil obviously had that scrappy lap, and Pucco is obviously not putting a representative time. Big Weir is putting a time of 38.9. That's 1.5 seconds, or just under 1.5 seconds, Justin, off the pole position time. The other Haas goes into second place with a 37.7. It's very good time there, and close to Vedran. Obviously all these drivers on soft tyres, Justin, for this 5-lap sprint race.
It's going to be kind of interesting, especially for the pit strategy, just because of with Baku being so harsh on these tires. It just makes it curious about what would be the best strategy here. Possibly, I'd say when it comes to the actual race, possibly like maybe a medium softs or possibly a double medium if there's no cautions. But of course, this is Baku we're talking about here. There has got to be a caution, like some safety car, maybe a VSC at some point.
You still have to do a different set of tyres, Justin. It's only when it rains that you don't, no matter if there's a safety car or not.
Well, don't make some commentators curse, because if this track starts to rain, it's going to be a huge struggle for a lot of these drivers.
I don't think it... Well, actually, no, we don't know yet. We don't know for the 50%. It could all change for that one. Sim Freedom on his outlet. Got Amaguna, who's our Monday night title contender at the minute, going into third place with 38.7. Still a second off second... still a second off second place there.
Little tongue twister there for you, Joe.
Yeah, a little bit. That got me all confused there for a second. Just seeing Ryan Van Doon in the McLaren coming around the sweeping S's on to the start-finish straight, a 1 kilometre start-finish straight. Really good opportunity here for some overtakes down at turn 1 as he comes flying past there towards the pit entry on the left-hand side, coming across the timing beacon. Goes 10th fastest, 42.9. Definitely got more in his pocket there. Just see what King David can do in the Red Bull.
Well, it looks like Freedom is about to start his lap now as he's coming down the final straight. He opens up his DRS. Let's see how he does on this lap. We'll have to check back near the end. But it does look like, I think that's Richard. Richard is about to pass the finish line. Let's see if he improves his time from a 139.4 and then he goes up to a 138.9. A good improvement. Takes him up to 5th place here.
Yeah, and the Williams are both on 5 and 6, and the Red Bull stuck in there in 3rd place with 38 dead. So there's still a big margin there between 4th and 2nd. He slides right in the centre of that gap.
I'm gonna have to cut you off there, but it looks like it was a big crash off of turn 2 for the DRS zone as Freedom has completely lost his front wing. Looks like he's really struggling trying to get some sort of time on the board, and it looks like it was also a Williams in Richard. Looks like them two got to a little tussle off of turn 2 there, but looks like Freedom got the worst outcome out of it as he loses his whole entire front wing. And that's not going to be good. He is just wasting, like with that, he's just wasting some of these tires by going so slow without that front wing. So he's going to have to pit and get a new front wing and see if he does better when he comes out. Oh, and we got a caution again in the castle sector. It looks like, I don't know who that is. That might be, I actually don't know who that is.
I think that was King David, I think, that caused that yellow flag.
Is it King David? No, it's Veteran. Veteran is completely...
Oh. He's going to get himself disqualified if he's not careful.
Looks like he's trying to figure out how to get out of this. There you go.
He should have just reversed up the hill, really.
Yeah, he did waste a lot of his time there.
I'm amazed he didn't get disqualified there. Very lucky boy indeed. He did go the wrong way on the circuit. So... we may have to have a look at that with the stewards after the race, but might have to just look at his foot and see what he could have done. It's all about educating as well, but he is sitting on pole position at the moment. But of course, this is only his out lap actually, Justin, so that was rather embarrassing mistake to make.
Yeah, but I suspect him that he would possibly go into the pits just so... I don't know if he has
Ooh,
damage on...
he
he
touched the wall.
Well, now he does. Now he does. Yeah, he's definitely going to go into the pits and change that front wing. But, Boothie and Bugs Bunny both have just started, their lap here. And I think Boothie's going to have the better outcome of it as he is going to get the clean air off of Big Fear, in the Haas. So, I think Boothie might be, in contention for a pretty good lap time here. I'll stick with him.
Yeah, well, I'm already with him. We've had 4 drivers not set lap times yet, and Bugs Bunny and Boothie are 2 of them, and we're Boothie at the moment with Big Weir in the hat, just going up the hill in the castle. And so the AlphaTauri behind a Boothie. The number 23 car, which will be taken, of course, next year with Alex Albon back in the Williams, back in Formula 1 in the Williams car for next year, which is nice to see, but also, in my opinion, quite a surprise. Got a yellow flag there with a McLaren of Ryan Van Doo, who's having a spot bother there at turn 3. We're going to go back, as I said before, we're going to look at Big Weir, who's coming down the start finish straight now with 6 minutes and 40 on the clock. He's in 6th place with a 38.9. Boothie is just behind him, hoping to get some of that sweet toe. Goes 4 fastest. See where Boothie can slot himself in there. 10th fastest, 39.3. Just break that 1 minute 39 barrier. But is down in 10th now, 11th place, with another driver of Bugs Bunny moving up to 4th place. But Vedran and Thomas are in a class of their own at a minute, Justin.
Yeah, and it looks like we have a caution in sector 2, and it was Camjust. To be honest with you, I don't know why Camjust is actually letting people go through. He is on his actual qualifying lap right now. He's not on his out lap. So
you may have backed out of it already. You never know, he might have just abandoned it to get another time on the board. Just seeing freedom here, actually try and get a lap in. We've got Jake Sabre, who's in the pits, who's got a quali ban for this race, of course, so we're not going to see the man come out, and won't see him at all next week, as he's then got to serve a race ban. Not sure why it's been done in that order, but it has. Got freedom on his lap now, going down towards turn 3. Just had another driver set a lap there of King David in the Red Bull. Set 2 has joined the session with 5 minutes to go, so we're going to have 17 drivers in this race. And,
well, he joined in just in time, but now he is actually going to be missing out of this crucial qualifying session. As
he may be able to take his car.
As a practice session.
He may be able to take his car. You are able to, but it's whether he does or not. We're going to go back with freedom, Justin. He really needs to get a lap time in, especially with this much time on the clock. He's probably not going to have enough time to set a fast one, as in come in, get a new fresh set on, and go back out again. I don't think he's got the time anymore.
No, it doesn't look like it. But let's just see how he does, because he is actually
on McLaren ahead.
He is actually on his lap right now, actually, so he might be able to set a time right here.
Oh, and he goes wide there. Doesn't invalidate though.
Very surprising there. Usually you would get an invalidated lap time.
And he did get a purple sector 2 as well. See him come down this front straight towards the start finish. Maybe getting a slight toe off that McLaren, but I think it was just a little bit too far back. He dives into the pits again. He's going to have another go. He's just doing a 1 lap wonder here. Set 2 has joined the session, as I thought he would, in the Aston Martin. And going to see if he can set 1 lap by the looks of things, Justin.
It's going to be quite interesting. But I guess with some of these drivers like Mr. Basil, he has been on his out lap. Well, not on his out lap. He just finished his actual lap, and he's just letting people through. So I think he's possibly just using this time as practice. And I guess he actually kind of wanted to start from the back, possibly, because when it comes to the sprint race, everyone's going to be giving it their all. So they're probably going to be very, very aggressive off the start. And look, and Basil actually almost lost it there, coming off of turn 4. But he just saves himself. But let's go with King David, actually, as he's going through the castle sector, and he is on his lap now, so he might. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna quickly see how he has done compared to his other laps.
He's on a one.
He has improved or not.
I'm not too sure if he is. Is he on a lap? He's just done one. He's gone up into second place. No, he's not on a lap. He just backed off there. No, he's not on the lap.
Yeah, he's not. Looked like he was for a sec. I'll say Veteran is giving it his all. He is locking up a bit with those tires. Especially that right front end, he invalidates his lap time.
Yeah, King David is in the picture. Vedran, that might have been his last chance. I got Freedom on his out lap. Got set 2 coming out for 1 go at it here. He just set any sort of lap time. If Freedom doesn't, he'll move up 2 places anyway, so it's good to even just get out there, and he'll be starting the sprint in P15. Got Freedom just coming around the final corner now, or the final braking zone of the lap, now powering down to turn 1 to start his final attempt to get a lap time on the board. Richard is out of this race. Out of this qualifying, sorry.
There? I'm trying to see what happened there. I can't find him anywhere.
I think he might have retired in the pit lane, actually, just where the yellow flags came up. So he might, yeah, it makes sense actually, because it doesn't look like he's out on track. But driver's out on track, like Sat Pancake, who moves up to 9th place with a 38.4. Just looking for the next driver will be to cross the line. Not too sure, maybe a Merc, but some of them are on out. Oh, so there's only one Merc here today, which is Puko. Just waiting for these
I think
times.
Bugs Bunny's probably going to try and pass it last second, but I think he's just... Actually, yeah, he might be the last one to pass it.
Yeah, he will be by the looks of things. Got set 2 on lap, and I think he's the next man to get a lap time on the board. One of 2 left not to get a lap time on the board. But Mr. Basil now retired from the session. He's starting 14th as it stands. DRS wide open for that. Aston Martin's got the Sebastian Vettel's car for this. There's a little glitch about that. Is he going to move up any places? Doesn't move up at all.
He's on his lap now. He was just able to pass it last second. So I'm going to keep with him and let's see how he does here.
Well, with Freedom right now, not set a lap time. Looks like the next man to set lap. The checkered flag is now out. The top 2 can do no more. 37.5 is the benchmark for pole position. What's Freedom going to do? Takes 5th fastest. 37.8 there. There's 5 drivers in the 37s. Looks like we might have Thomas on his final run, and he's bailing out of that with Anthony looking like he's gonna come down, bailing out into the pits as well. Oh, Bugs Bunny clatters the wall there, as you can see. Just waiting for these final cluster of drivers towards the back. Got Bugs Bunny right on the raggedy edge there through the final braking zone of the lap, powering down this straight now with the DRS beam coming up rather soon. See just about there.
You might want to keep an eye on Seto, as he does set the fastest lap in, fastest sector 2, and he's coming down the final straight. He might be in contention to get a pretty good lap here. 133, 134, 35, 36, 37,
go 6th fastest. 38.026. Not a bad lap for the man who's just 1 lap. And Freedom just ahead of him as well. So those 2 are very, very close together in the end. I think we're just waiting for Puko, who's off the circuit. But I don't think any other drivers are on lap. Yeah, so he made a crucial error there, starting 12th for the sprint. Obviously, the back 7 in this race will get fresh tyres, but it won't make too much of a difference in 5 laps.
No, not really. Seto's just constantly going back and forth.
Just seen Puko
almost
in
hit the walls there
pits.
during the pits. Almost hit the walls there.
So, there we go, we've got 30 seconds remaining in this qualifying session, but it will get done before that. And Vedran takes pole position in this race. For the, well, it's not really pole position at all, is it? It's first place for the sprint qualifying, which will then determine the pole position and starting grid for the 50%. And Tuesday's race and Monday's had a little bit of an error, but they were both crackers for the 5 laps, so to finish the week on another 5-lap race is quite exciting. So anyway, the grid as it stands is Vedran takes first place, second place is King David, Anthony is in third, Thomas is fourth, fifth is Freedom, sixth is Set 2, seventh is Bugs Bunny, eighth is Amir Guna, ninth is Big Weir, Richard is in 10th, 11 is Sad Pancake, Puko is in 12th, Chemjazz is in 13th, 14th is Boothie, 15th is Ryan Van Doom, Mr. Basil is 16th, Jake Saber is starting in 17th with a qualifying ban.
And actually, from what it looked like Sad Pancake had a 5 grid penalty. I don't know if you saw that near the end there.
Who was that, sorry?
I think Sad Pancake. I saw it like at the end of the what's called on the starting grid, and I think it said that Sad Pancake had a 5-place grid penalty. I don't know if I read that correctly, but I saw that he had some sort of penalty. I don't know if it was a 5 grid or something else. But we're just getting the drivers ready at the starting line for the sprint race to set up the starting grid for the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And we'll see how these drivers do as we have the lights starting to go.
So we've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for LFR Sprint on Super Sunday Racing, and Vedran gets a good start there, leads into turn 1 side by side, the Red Bull and the Williams, but the Red Bull comes out on top there with Freedom moving up to 4th place, looking like an Alpine in the background. It's making an instant there with the Haas driver of Big Weir, a few drivers around there and backing out, and Thomas has reset to track.
I don't think anyone has told him about that rule.
Well, you should have been reading the rules, Justin. Let's be frank about that. And Boothie is having a spot of bother there with a Red Bull moving ahead of him there. Freedom looks like he's round, is he?
Freedom has lost a bit of his front wing there.
Oh,
and he's completely lost his front wing.
Oh, and he's causing more and more incidents here, getting in the middle of the road like that and goes straight on. And he's going to have to concede a huge amount of positions there, moving over to the left-hand side, which he does, and falls all the way back. The Ferraris are 16th and 17th, both with damage. I don't think Chemjazz actually has any damage, and Thomas is right on the back of Mr. Basil down the hill. They come now into the left-hander, and the Haas is still right behind him.
Pretty good start to the race, I'd say. Definitely not for some, but for most others, pretty good. As we see a Red Bull trying to pass the Alpine in front. That is King David. He goes around the outside and he is a full car ahead. But let's see if he can defend against Vedran off of turn 1 here.
And it looks like he's got that move done into turn 2, and Jake Saber's now moved up into 9th place. And
I'm looking at the position changes from the start, and it looks like the most improved is Jake Saber, as he's gone up 8 positions. He's gone up to 9th from the back of the grid, and the worst, the most downside is both Freedom and A. Thomas. Thomas with 10 positions. Oh no, Vedran has spun. Oh, and he's made carnage.
Drivers need to be a little bit more careful. It's gloves are off in circumstances like this. Vedran is now out, and Mr. Basil is causing an incident. There are yellow flags going in this race. 3-second time penalty for Mr. Basil there. And that, Justin, was a classic case of drivers not respecting the yellows there.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But Amaguner actually, I don't know if you saw that at the end, but Amaguner did go back onto the track in way of Mr. Basil, and Mr. Basil is definitely going to have some front wing damage there.
Yep, so these incidents may get reported, but nothing we can do about the grid order, really. As that is the only issue with this format. Seeing some moves going on here, seeing Jake Sabre move up to 6th place. Got a three-way fight here for 4th place. By the looks of things, is Big Weir, followed by Puko, followed by Jake Sabre, who's looking to the outside of Puko here into turn 1. And though Puko's looking to the outside of Big Weir, looks like going around the outside on those medium tyres. And very surprising there from Puko using the medium tyres in this session. You say to use the softs, I mean, you can use them if he likes, but...
Well, it looks like Jake is going to try and get that position from him now as he goes on the inside off of turn 2 in the DRS zone. Coming down turn 3, he's a whole car ahead now. So Jake, within, he almost spun there. He just saved himself. Got a little bit of I think that was oversteer. But he has gone up 13 positions already, and it's only been 3 laps. Well, actually, it's only been the 3rd lap now. It's only been 2 laps completed.
Yeah. So we've got Ryan Van Doon moving up on Big Weir as well. Big Weir's got some issues, I think. Yeah, he's got a front wing damage, and I think he's just going to have to try and live with it for the rest of this race to see how high an order he can get up to. And Kemjaz has retired from this race, looks like, in the pit lane, so he's going to be starting 16th in the quali sprint. Richard now moves up. Thomas moves up on Big Weir as well, but Thomas, he may move up positions here, which is obviously he's quite entitled to. And I think Justin, he may be starting from the back in the race from resetting to track, but Ryan Van Doon is falling down. It's all starting to kick off here with the drivers really starting to struggle. Boothie might move up as well. Anthony takes the fastest lap. No points though in this 5-lap sprint for fastest lap. Jake Sabre gets the fastest lap, moves up into 4th place. Thomas is moving up on Richard there. Ryan Van Doon is in the pits. Gone.
We might have to check with 2nd and 3rd place, as Anthony does have DRS, and he's catching up to Bugs Bunny pretty quickly here. So we might see a battle later on in this sprint race. But I don't see them battling King David for that 1st place position. So King David must be in a very, very relaxing, he's possibly relaxing at pole position right now. But it looks like a change for Richard and A. Thomas as well.
Yeah. Richard to the inside at the chicane. And
Puko hit the wall there.
Yeah, Puko has just made contact there. Got set 2 on the inside into the castle and just gets squeezed out there. And Richard is close behind. It's all gloves off now for the last lap and a half of this race for the midfield. Big Weir still staying in the top 10. We've got Boothie catching him up rather quickly. And go back to this fight at the front. See King David just going through shot there.
Puko has lost his whole front wing.
He's going to go straight on, and in set 2's now lost a bit of his wing as well. By the looks
but that was because of A. Thomas hitting the rear of his car, actually. So A. Thomas is going to try and go for a challenge on Seto for 6th place, see if he can get into the points.
And it's all being carnage, and Thomas is round and causing an issue there.
Oh, mate. Big downside for the Haas driver. He's turning around the wrong way. He's completely disorientated. He's going the wrong way on the track, and he's just realized that as he sees freedom in the Ferrari. Oh no, big downside to A. Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas is round, and now Ryan Van Doon's going to move up a position. Puko is out of this race at turn 1. Of course, not going to cause a safety car. Sam Pancake is up now into 5th. We're going to have a quick look, Justin, at the positions gained. 13 positions for Jake Sabre, moves up to 4th place. But crucially, Justin, he has a quali ban, so we're going to have to put him right at the back of the field again. He can score some points in this race, but he's going to have to go back for the Grand Prix.
Yeah, but even just by these 5 laps, he can just... he can just show just the skill that Jake Saber has on this track. So I think he still could be in a good contention for this race, and Ryan Van Doom has also disqualified from the race.
He's down and out with
Oh, battle for second on the final straightaway. Anthony does keep the position. Actually, no, Anthony takes the position from Bugs Bunny here.
But Bugs Bunny is going to have DRS. Yeah, and this is going to be a drag to the line. King David is going to take pole position on a Sunday night. But who's going to take that second place? Bugs Bunny goes to the inside. It's a drag to the line. I think Bugs is going to get it. No. Anthony just gets it. Look at the margin.
That was so close. So close.
Jake Saber. Go on, sorry.
That was insane. That was an insane drag race for the final there.
Well, King David takes pole position and it's 10 points as well. Anthony takes second. But of course, Jake Saber with his quali van starting from the back at this quali sprint. I'm going to have to start from the back for the race. He did make up a lot of places in that 5 laps and got himself 3 points. So not going to be too sad about that at all. Boothie moves up on Big Weir, moves to 9th place. Freedom's down in 10th. We're just waiting for Amir Guna, Mr. Basil, and a Thomas, who we're just going to have a chat about his positioning in the race. So we'll just wait for these drivers to go through the checker. Mr. Basil in the Alfa Romeo taking 12th place. Just move up 3 places. Thomas, though, moved down 9 places in this race, and just waiting for him to cross the line. So that is the Super Sunday sprint qualifying race, and that one was probably the most action-packed of them all, Justin.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's quite interesting, but it looks like Jake Saber for some reason has Jarno Upmeer's face for his character. I don't know if you know who Jarno Upmeer is, but he is, well, for the people that don't know, he is he was last year's esports winner, professional esports winner, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But let's see how he does for the actual Grand Prix. As they are celebrating on the podium, they get a few points, but not as much as the Grand Prix, of course. But we'll see the starting grid as the results come in a few seconds. And it looks like I have a black screen here.
Yeah, so do I. Don't worry about it. It will change in a second. Hopefully.
I don't think it will. I've seen this glitch plenty of times. Usually it just takes us back to the lobby. But if it does that, we will see you guys right back with the Grand Prix. Yeah,
so that's what we'll do. We're going to start a new stream in a couple of minutes' time. And yeah, we'll be back with the Grand Prix. This was Super Sunday Sprint.